The hospital's freezing, so.
Alrighty. Hello, I'd like to call tonight's board meeting to order, so please join me for opening exercises, the pledge followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This week,
John Cassiano, Willard Delaker,
Here.
Joseph Fassinger, Todd Hernandez,
Here.
Becky Height, Lauren Hunsaker, here, Todd Leiser,
Here.
Rachel Schaffler, here, Jennifer Senovitis, here.
Thank you. Okay, next item is approval of the agenda. Presented. Thank you, Ms. Blanca. Thank you. Comments, questions, any changes? All right, seeing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no? Okay, thank you. Welcome, full house today, thanks for coming out tonight. It takes us to, we're courtesy of the floor. So this is an opportunity for guests to address the board. So if you would like to address the board for tonight's meeting, just rise, state your name and the township you live in. There'll be another opportunity at the end of the meeting if you wish to stay and address the board again. So I'll open up to the floor if anybody would like to address the board. I know most of you are here for the presentation, but go right ahead.
I'm Crystal Bilby, and I'm here on behalf of Harvest Church. I'm here to help the board and the school district in any way possible, from volunteer to money to whatever is needed, and we appreciate you guys having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, and I'm Leslie Schoniger. I'm also part of Harvest Church. I live in Lynn Township. And the same with Crystal, here to support however we can.
Thank you. Anybody else tonight? All right, thank you. Okay, next item are the minutes. And we have the workshop minutes from earlier this month and the board minutes from last month.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no? All right, so next item, I think everybody is here for, the Northwestern Elementary Art presentation.
Well, it is really nice. You're welcome to talk. It is really nice. You know, we say the Pledge of Allegiance at every meeting, and it's always just like the 10 or 12 of us. But when we said the Pledge of Allegiance tonight, there are many small voices and many large voices that said the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. So that is really nice to hear. I think you all know Mrs. Smoyer. So I will invite her, and certainly Mrs. Keys, if she would like to say anything to introduce Mrs. Smoyer while she gets herself prepared. I know she has a presentation. Mrs. Keys, would you like to say anything to introduce Mrs. Smoyer before she gets started?
It's really wonderful to see everyone here tonight, and we're celebrating our artists in residency. And Mrs. Smoyer will share more of that with you.
Well, we turn it over to Mrs. Smoyer, and then I have some things for you later, but I'll turn it over to her first.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I wanted to take this opportunity to showcase two of our artist in residence experiences that we have had for the past school year. So I'm going to show you some slides and you'll get a good idea of what we've been doing in our building. So in spring 2025, we welcomed the fiber artist, her name's Rebecca Kelly. We went through Pennsylvania Council on the Arts with a grant, and they matched our funds. And it was a 30-day residency, which actually equated to 60 days because a day for the artist is a half day, which is kind of cool. I like that. But she was here for 60 days. She worked with all the students in kindergarten through 5th grade, and we created a hometown New Tripoli hand-sewn quilt/applique art. And there was a core group in particular. Each PCA grant has to have a core group. So of course we thought of our 5th graders kind of as a /legacy project. We started thinking about some local landmarks in the Tripoli area. We brought in Kelly Rissell, Miss Rissell, to work with us in Google Earth. So students picked a certain spot, they found it on the map, and they started to sketch it out before we got the embroidery materials and before Mrs. Kelly came. little video from her. I did ask her to come. She does live quite a bit away. She lives about an hour and a half away in Bucks County. So she did send us this little video. I'm very happy to play.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Kelly, and I'm presenting a mural that your students did of the landmarks of New Tripoli, Pennsylvania. I was brought to you by Pennsylvania Council on the Arts and by Arts Quest. Our goal was to draw, design, research landmarks in our community and then transfer those onto fabric and embroider them. And children were very successful, especially those select members of the core group who researched landmarks and who did terrific designs and transferred them on to the fabric and worked very hard at executing it through embroidery. Other children did animals in their environments and community, plants, and more. And here are the images from this wonderful mural. It was an extraordinary experience of collaboration of all of the grades in your school.
Thank you. So we had places like Northwestern, obviously. We had Wanamaker's General Store. We had some areas in Ontolani and the rec fields, just a small sampling of the places. We also encouraged the kids to sketch some local plants, some produce, vehicles, and animals to enhance the design. You'll see some of it there. And now we have some of our 5th graders. We are now 6th graders. They don't no longer come to Northwestern, which I'm very sad about, but they're sewing there. We began with researching on Google Earth. So you see Dallas there researching and beginning her ideas. And then we have some other students there that are also here, sewing their designs. Even students as young as kindergarten learn to sew. So this was an amazing event, and I think even most of the young learners were most excited to do that. Here's 3rd grade sketching before they embroider on their hoops. And here they are sewing. And 4th grade had a great opportunity. They actually made all the pom-poms that framed the tapestry. So when you see the design, they absolutely love doing this. So parents, if you want a Christmas gift or a holiday gift, get those pom-pom makers off of Amazon, and they'll just create. They absolutely love them. Here's the finished tapestry. It's located in the lobby. If you're walking down from admin and you go down the kindergarten 1st grade wing, before you go down the steps, it's right on the right-hand side when you're almost going down the ramp to the gym. So you may or may not have seen it, but it's a really good idea to get up close to it and really see the fine detail and work that these students put into this beautiful, beautiful tapestry. Now we'll move on to a very recent one, fall 2025. We had our artist in residence. That was Ralph Masiello. He did a previous mural with 5th grade way back in 2017. And that mural is located on the ramp on the way down to the library. So you may or may not have seen that. I know the kids have all seen it. He was a shorter residency, only a 5-day residency. We did an American flag collaboration with K through 4. And then, of course, we had our 5th grade, kind of another core group again, doing a special legacy project, and they created a tiger mural. So here's our finished tiger mural. It's actually, I shouldn't say finished because he is returning, and I believe the staff and the teachers and the staff are going to create more flora and things to put on there and to fill in some of the gaps. So it's not really finished. The student part is finished. So that's located in Davie, and that's right, again, when you're coming down to the library. We had a paper sign there for several years from an artist in residence, maybe about 5 years ago, and we really wanted to get rid of that. Really wanted something permanent there. So that's where this tiger went. So here's 5th grade. They're beginning painting. They also sketched out first what they wanted to make. The vision was a tiger kind of looking through the jungle, with lots of colorful plants coming through. And you can see some of our Lane is here with us. And we've got Mackenzie, and we've got Blaze there, having a good time. We had a student who was excited to do the Hungry Caterpillar. He even went over to the library and grabbed a book, The Hungry Caterpillar, and sketched from that. And there they are again. And Mr. Maciello is kind of walking around, supervising, seeing what everyone's creating. And you can see we have parents. Parents were a huge part in both residencies. We could not have done it without parents and community members coming in and helping and pitching in. So we're very thankful to the parents and the families that came to help us. There's some more. Okay, and there is that paper thing. I don't even know how many years Mrs. Keys would have to look it up. How long that paper is. It was forever. Oh my gosh, it was awful. And I always wanted something there. I just couldn't think of what. And then, I don't know, I just thought of Ralph and I was like, let's think of something that can go there. And he was really excited about doing the tiger kind of popping out through the jungle. So I think that was a great idea from him. And we just kind of collaborated and came up with the final product. So he actually uses a scroll saw to cut out the designs. They make them on like a chipboard, and we used acrylic markers, we used some paint, and then he had set up his saw out on the like loading dock of the art room, if you know where that is, if there's a dumpster in this loading dock. So he was back there kind of taking his saw and cutting out all these individual pieces. And the tiger fit together like that too. I think it was something like maybe 40 pieces. Each student in one class got a piece of the tiger and then put it all together. And it was amazing how it all kind of, even though other students were doing it, when it came together and it really looked so unified. Okay, here's our flag. Always wanted to do a flag. Ralph's done flags in other schools before. So I always knew I wanted to do it. So this was an opportunity I took and said, I want to do 2 pieces of art. So this was a must. If he was going to come and do any art with us, the flag was definitely going to happen. So this is located in the lobby. It's actually, if you walk down the stairs, there's a TV, and it's right by the office. So if you check that out, you're going to be pretty impressed. I think it's about, well, it's got to be about 300 pieces or so, individual pieces. Each student in kindergarten through 4th grade had a piece and was able to design a piece. So here we have some students here. We've got Bryce here and Kinley is here. They started with just some sketching ideas on paper first. We don't want to give them the permanent piece till they're absolutely sure their design is good and appropriate for what we were going for in the theme. And then they used Sharpie, black Sharpie, simply to color in areas they wanted to color in. And it was just like, basically like a giant puzzle. There's some kindergarten students, and Oliver's there, and Josie's in the middle. And you can see they have all swarmed him. I mean, they just loved when he was here. And he would get down with them, and they would just crowd around him. So they absolutely enjoyed having Ralph here. And we've got some 1st grade students. Genevieve is here. Carl is in another shot. And there they are, the 1st graders too. They're just like little chicks. And here's 2nd grade. This is the picture on the right is when it started to come together and he's starting to put everything together. One student here, Colin Peters, was helped organize him, and when he started to put it together, he was doing a really good job with the organization of that. I don't think I have a picture of that, but I want to shout out to Colin for that. And we've got some 3rd graders there sketching and getting ready to do their final design. Sloan can't be with us, but she's in the picture there on the right. And we've got some 4th graders. Hunter is here. And Annalise, I had to chase down Annalise to get a picture of her. She wasn't here on the day I wanted to take it, but was sitting on center down today, so I was like, oh, do you know which one is yours? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, let's get a picture. Let's send it up to the slideshow. And the boys there on the big time and the girls up above. I don't know what that is. No, it's not there. That's kind of good. I wonder if I refresh it. Should I go back and? I know, I'm pretty sure that's, oh, yeah. So, well, these are, if you can picture in your mind, pictures of Ralph assembling the flag, and actually Mr. Lewis, where are you, Mr. Lewis, was, he signed up to help, and I don't know if he thought he was helping the class, which probably he was. He signed up to help Oliver's class, but by that time, Ralph was ready to start putting it onto the wall. So Mr. Lewis was the lucky guy. He went up and worked with that caulking gun, and it was, what'd you say, your hand hurt for like 2 days? And we kept jamming, trying to get this thing on the wall, and I felt really bad, but they worked really well together, and they got that thing up pretty slick. So that actually is the picture there, but you'll just have to go down and see it for yourself. And here's the, I thought this part was really cool when it was finally done, that Monday, then when the kids came in, they're like, where's my piece? I want to see my piece. So they were all like crowding around trying to figure out which piece was theirs, and they wanted to point to it and show their friends. Okay, and I think we're ready for some certificates. So while it was the entire student body that did the art, we wanted to recognize some key students that really stood out today and last year, and some of you the year before. So we'll start with kindergarten. Oliver Lewis. And Josie Smith. And our first graders, we have Genevieve Chunko. And Carlton Drake. Nola Harmony. And for second grade, we have Bryce Kunkel. And Kinley Choir. For third grade, we have Sloan Drake, who is not here today, and also Colin Peters. Perfect.
Carl, yeah, congrats, Sloan. She'll be happy to have it.
And fourth grade, we have Annalise Chunko. And Hunter George. And our fifth graders, we have Asa Harmony. Blaze Hoppus. Mackenzie Lewis. And Lane Choir. And our sixth graders, we have Joseph Chunko.
Sadly. This is what everybody went back to elementary school. Sadly.
Dallas Hoppus. Nora Kunkel. Bianca Fire. And Zoe Whiteford. And again, I'd like to thank the foundation for their financial support to be able to do these artists and residencies. I'd like to thank the school board and the administration, Mrs. Keys, for the support of our crazy ideas and the visual arts area and music, et cetera, and also to the parents for volunteering to help. Again, we would not have such beautiful work if it wasn't for you coming in, volunteering your time to help us get those artworks together. So thank you.
First of all, thank you for. Thank you for allowing us to have your artwork in our boardroom. So it certainly lightens up our boardroom and allows us to have this for the month. That's what we love, having artwork in our boardroom. Otherwise, it looks like a pretty boring space if you don't have artwork in here. So thank you for allowing us to do that. Do the board members have any questions for Mrs. Smoyer or any of the students? I know we don't want to put students on the spot, but board members have any questions for Mrs. Smoyer?
Yeah. How long are the artists in the school for a project? How many days?
When I have a class, and how long does it take?
How long does it take to do what you're doing?
Well, it depends. Some of those were, just a one, like for the flag, that was a one session, except for the 5th grade, which was like a 2.5 session. So like they would come earlier, or we would do like a double period, with some flexibility to get the things done if we have a deadline. A normal art project for us is usually probably like 2 art sessions, like 2 to 2.5 like times they would come in and create it. Now the quilt, obviously that took a lot of time. So each class was probably seen maybe about 4 to 5 times. The 5th graders at that time, definitely more than that.
For several days.
Yeah, yes, definitely several days to get that quality of work and just kind of get them kind of their mindset where it needs to be to begin to create something like that. Anybody else?
You do a little history and a little research.
I thought it was important for the buy-in, especially for the core group, 5th grade, to do the sewing for the hometown Chipotle. I really felt like they would understand it more, they would be more invested if they, did some research in the area. And a lot of them, they know so much already. They're really excited to do that. So you'll have to check out the quilt and see all the places that are on there that are local to us.
Anybody else?
I did get permission from Mr. Hernandez. I know some of you probably want pictures with your art, so if you want to take a break and come on up and take pictures with your children, take pictures with your art, you're welcome to do that before. I know some of you probably have homework and you might not want to stay for the rest of the meeting, although you are more than welcome to do so. If you want to come up and take a picture with your children with the art that might be yours, that might be up here, you are more than welcome to do that before you head on out and we continue the rest of the meeting. You're welcome to do that.
Yep, don't be shy, come on up.
Come on up and do it.
Show
before
your
we head on.
parents, show your family your work.
Not as good as all that. Is yours also on there? Yeah.
I know, it was not on purpose, not on purpose.
Do you change your phone case off or it's always perfect? Well, yeah, you're. Well, that's it. Yeah.
Everybody out there.
See you guys.
I'm gonna take a group photo out there. We're gonna take a group photo out
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'll give it a second. It's our second Thanksgiving. We should invite them every.
They do live in the supplemental, don't they?
Yeah,
They do live in the supplemental.
they do. You guys get to see them every day, but you know, those of us that don't have young kids anymore. Yeah.
They live in the place supplemental.
All right, so we'll move forward with the meeting. Next item is the president's report. I don't have anything tonight, so we'll move into superintendent's report.
I do have a few things. I did report to the board. We do have a state budget. There is a small amount of additional funding in it for Northwestern. I don't know if some of you saw there was an article, I believe it was yesterday, maybe today, in the morning call that reported, I didn't look into what other districts got, but if you read the morning call article, it compared all of the local districts. Northwestern does not get a lot of additional funding, and that article compared us to all of the other districts. We did receive additional, basic ed funding, about $50,000 in special education funding. As with almost every, passing of a budget, there are school code changes that come with it, some good, some bad. One of which you'll hear about later from Mr. Zimmerman. Interesting, I'll say, they did put into this, passing that you have to accept cash at events, which is why you got a late add of an agenda item, that you have to pass some additional, ticket prices for events because of that being passed with the state budget on Thursday. There is some cyber charter reform, in the budget. I will say when they passed it on Thursday, they have very little information about some of the things that are in the budget, that being one of them. So they told us, the cyber charter reform number, that we can take information out of the number associated with, athletics, associated with operational expenses, and associated with tax, collectors. They don't have a lot of specifics about what that means, meaning like you can't run your own number to find out what your number is, because they haven't detailed what code, like what budget code you can subtract. So more to come on what that is, and when it's effective. We believe it is sometime this year, so we believe we'll have to retroactive some of that. They did detail that it probably will save us about $94,000, but you have to remember that last year they gave us an additional $58,000, so you have to subtract the $58,000 extra they gave us last year. There are some things built in there for cyber residency, that the cyber charter schools will have to submit residency to us twice a year that we will have to check, and attendance requirements for students that are in a cyber school. There are also some certification changes within the school code bill, that they are changing the certifications for teachers, I'll say again. And so that will be only more to come on that, as well as a weapons notification starting on January 5th. And so we will be putting out some proactive notification to our families about what that will look like and what information they will receive, so they'll know what that will look like and what they'll get from us, as per that new law starting on January 5th. And so all that stuff buried in the budget, with the school code changes when it passed on Thursday, some of which we have more information on than others. There are also some changes you'll see in terms of some, things that we will talk to you about in terms of the, strategic plan, that you'll see we have to make changes in terms of reading and some things moving forward into future school years. Some good things, some mandates. Everybody gets a little bit of some of the things that they want when budget comes up. That's my report.
All right, thank you. Okay, next item is personnel and the personnel agenda 2.01.
I will certainly take this. There are a number of resignations. I believe Dr. Snowden does have more details on this, but a number of these people have not responded, and he has details on them by specific if you need it, but that is why a number of them are lengthy for the first part. A number of new appointments and other actions on the agenda, and I do ask for your approval on the agenda as on your agenda.
Thank you.
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Gallagher.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Huntsman. Any comments or questions? None. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no?
No.
Like that? All right, thank you. Okay, next item, 2.02, collective bargaining agreement.
I will certainly take this one as well. I am pleased to report that we have an early agreement with our professional association. So our professional association agreement expires this June, and I am pleased to report that we have an agreement with them, and so it is attached to your agreement this evening. This is helpful to certainly approve and support our continuity of services and our leadership for our families, and we had a very good relationship with the association, and I believe it was a good negotiations with the board and with the association, and I'm pleased to report and support the agreement that you have on your agreement tonight.
All right, thank you. It's very nice. So with that, we need to take action on this, so I'll do a motion. Thank you, Mr. Liza.
Second.
Ms. Sarah, thank you. Comments or questions? Seeing none?
I
Oh,
just want to acknowledge, Todd and Joe Lassinger for meeting with the teachers and to hammer this early bird out in an efficient way that looks like pleasing to everybody. And I think it goes a long way to build morale in the district and cohesion, and we're all on the same mission to provide the best education that we can for our kids. And thank you for all the time you put into it, Todd and Joe. Job well done.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of lawyers fee too.
yes.
No, it was great. It was, obviously we had points that we were trying to hash over, but in the end, it reminds you how lucky we are to live in a district where we can have these conversations without it getting sort of ugly battles.
Yeah, and that kind of gets lost in the news,
It
with
does.
all the fog that's out there with what's going on with the disagreements everybody has with everybody about everything, so. Well done.
All right, anybody else? All right, we do have a motion and a second, so all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Oh, we do have an abstention. Opposed, no? All right, thank you.
And I do have to go back.
Oh, we have to go back. All right, I was just gonna reiterate, I'd like to thank the board for the participation, Ty and Joe, and the association as well for the negotiations, and thank you all around. Awesome job. Thank you.
I failed to forget that, I'm sorry, Jen Carnock is here, and Jill would like to introduce her. That was my fault. I moved on to the next agenda item too quickly. So sorry, Jill.
No problem. I'm excited to welcome Jenny Hudak to our Weisenberg family as the new administrative assistant in our office. You may recognize her as a graduate of Northwestern Lehigh or as an assistant coach for our girls varsity volleyball team. Jenny holds a bachelor's degree from Penn State University and an MBA from Kutztown University. Beyond her credentials, what truly stood out during her interview was her ability to build relationships with others, certainly a quality that aligns with our school community. Jenny's professionalism, warmth, and drive make her an exceptional addition to our team, and we are thrilled to welcome her aboard. Welcome, Jenny.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you all. I know Jill mentioned that I'm a graduate of Northwestern, also Weisenberg, so happy to be back. I was given an opportunity recently to reevaluate my career goals, and one of them was to return to the place I have the most pride for. So it's really nice to be back. My husband and I both went to Weisenberg together. So just the pride that we have for the school and also the community. And I know during the student art presentation, I just got flashbacks of all the wonderful memories and skills and all those that I received. So it's nice to be on the giving end of all that. So again, thank you for having me, and I'm really thrilled to join this district and to serve the community in a more meaningful way. So thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. All right, sorry about that too. That we just do. We glad that. Okay, let's see. Okay, I move into curriculum and building, and we do 3.01 is the waiver of the expulsion.
I will take that. This is the superintendent's recommendation to the board, and we are asking for your approval on this tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Gardner.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Shepherd. All those in favor, aye. Opposed, no. All right, thank you. Okay, moving to policies. 4.01, first reading.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have multiple policies for first reading. 122, extracurricular activities. 122.1, establishment of an intramural or student activity club. 123, interscholastic athletics. 123.1, establishment of a new interscholastic sport. 123.2, employment of athletic coaches or extracurricular advisors. 123.3, parent guardian as a athletic coaches and extracurricular advisors. 123.5, sudden cardiac arrest. 123.6, concussion management. 324, personnel files. I have not received any questions or comments. However, I will tell you that PSBA has released the updated PNN. There were several comments that was that were sent to them, and they have updated the language for 122 extracurricular activities to be more clear in certain areas. I will present them to the board next workshop to tell you what those updates would be. So they will be forthcoming, but I've not received any updates other than that.
Okay, thank you. All right, the next two items we can take together. We did review and vet them. So I'll start with 4.02 is the second reading and final approval, and 4.03 is there's a policy to rescind. So with that.
And those policies are 227, controlled substances, paraphernalia, 716, integrated pest management, 717, cellular phones, and 718, service animals in schools. And with the rescind, it is 123.4, wrestling weight certification. No questions or comments.
All right, seeing none.
Motion to take both of those?
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, thank you. And we'll move into operations, 5.01, obsolete vehicles.
Yeah, so we brought this to you at the workshop meeting. We asked your approval to list vehicles for sale on the municipal website.
Motion to approve the vehicle sale.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All right, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right. Good luck with the auction.
Where can people find those if they want to bid or?
So if they go to municipal website, it's listed under our school district, any items we have for sale. And if you register as a bidder, then you're able to bid. So if you like a school bus.
Well, I see them getting remodeled into,
Yeah.
yeah, campers and everything.
With Mr. Link is doing.
All right, thank you. We'll move into district finances. First item is 6.01, Iron Pigs Agreement.
Yes, we're asking your approval tonight for Northwestern Elementary to buy a group of tickets so they can have their night at the ballpark with their family and students. The funds will come out of student activities for $3,905, and then they will receive parents paying for those tickets. So it's not the truth. It's $3,900 out of the student activity fund.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Melvin.
Second.
All right, thank you, Ms. Rice. All right, comments, questions? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Next item, 6.02, updated 25-26 gate ticket prices.
That's me. I'll just give you a little bit of a brief set. As a result of yet another unfunded mandate, we need to bring this revision to our ticket prices originally approved in June of 25. Before I get into nitty-gritty details, I just need to publicly thank Representative Gary Begg, who had me come out to Harrisburg way back in March of 25, to testify when this was merely a bill that was gaining some traction. Mr. Day and I spent the entire day in meeting and hearings, and at the conclusion of the day, House Republican leadership requested that I make some edits to the original bill so that the PIAA, District 11, Florida League, and yes, the Northwestern League could continue to operate as we were, yet still address their main concerns, which really was no one, especially senior citizens, get turned away at the gate. What ended up happening is a high-ranking representative went to a contest out in Berks County, Berks Lancaster area, truly was upset because they didn't know who he was and thought he should get in because of who he was. And they, whatever. So that's what happened, and that's how this whole thing got started. So we did that. Ultimately, the bill died. We were very successful due to many Republicans joining with all Democrats and sunsetting the bill. Then some backdoor deals took place during the budget impasse, which is where this new language got inserted, and with the budget passage, and even worse now, it's within the school code. So usually when it's in school code, it doesn't come out for a long time. So anyway, I'd be remiss if I also didn't mention that the House Oversight Committee met together like 2 days prior to this passage, and no mention was made to the PIAA that this was coming down. So it was really a surprise to all. Representative Day didn't even know it until after I called him 24 hours after he was pretty upset. But he's very good. He's been very good to us lately. He's accessible. I'm on his cell phone. He does try his best, and I wanted to publicly thank him. He felt embarrassed, especially because I was thinking back on us. So without further ado, I did my best to take the language. Just don't get jealous. You might want me in your office now.
Oh,
So I did this. So again, it's section 511.1 of the school code. And really what it did is it basically forced us to accept cash sales. No big deal. They go, okay, well, if you're gonna pay cash, you pay, which is what we're doing at the state level. You only have cash, that's all you have, that's $10. You don't get the ticket for $7, it's $10, no change policy, boom, go. You can't charge anything more, it has to be the same denomination. So in a nutshell, what I ended up doing, and you also can't charge any type of processing fees. So what I did was I removed all of our processing fees. For those folks who have come accustomed and really actually enjoy the online piece, in advance, as long as they get it in advance, they're gonna get it for 6 and 4. They were getting it for 5 and 3 plus the fees, so it was actually $6.43 and about 4 1/4. They'll now get it for 6 and 4. And so on and so forth. You can kind of see what I did in that top grid. Basically, everything went up $2 to kind of offset the fees. Okay. The day of the event, once we open that ticket gate, whether the football game is 2 hours before, basketball game is 1, soccer game is 1, then it becomes cash and or on credit card, and the ticket prices then go up to 8 and 5, and you can follow through the rest of the prices. The thought process behind that is I now need to, because we have to take cash, I now have to add 1, possibly 2. And when we want Chrissy's auditors come, I can't wait to talk with them next year, how this is gonna go. I need to hire at least one person to do just cash sales. I also need Chief to get me a security guard just dedicated to that. Now you have cash sales and that risk that runs, and to escort us over to the safe in high school, blah, blah, blah. So there's some expense there. It's expensive running to the bank, so I built kind of that into that pricing. And again, I think it's the best of both worlds. If you purchase in advance, you're still actually gonna get the ticket for a little bit less. We're still gonna give significant discounts to our season passes, which are all online, which takes care of the students. But this is kind of the result of the new, I guess it's a law. Is it a law that it's in code?
Yes.
So I guess the new law. And I'll open it up to any questions. I mean, we're going backwards.
You're gonna be taking pennies?
Well, so truth be told, that's like a softball you tossed me. To be honest, I dabble with 10 and 5. They're just, so there's even denominations, we're not dealing with ones, but I just can't do that to people. I just can't. It's not their fault. It really isn't. And and senior citizens will still be complimentary here at Northwestern, which we receive a ton of positive feedback on. They really, really appreciate that from home and away too. So, questions?
Can you clarify, when I see the gate prices, it says online and cash, so online, is that like if you bought it literally right before the event, how much advance?
Once we open.
Oh, okay, just the 1
Once we
hour.
open, and if you want to use a credit card, you may, but you're gonna pay that price. And the reason behind that price is the fees. That's,
Yep.
and I can't, if I take a cash sale, it would be unfair to offer the same to the online people at the gate than the cash people, because they'll actually pay more than the cash people, because I can't charge a fee for cash sales.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Thank you.
And we just so everybody knows, we pump this out even to our opponents. So everybody, both home and away, spectators will have the opportunity to purchase in advance.
Anybody else?
What's the feeling in the whole league about this? Are they all
Upset.
Is that gonna get back to the legislators?
It's back already. I mean, we're knee deep in the state playoffs right now, and you know, for an example, we walked out of a very high-profile 6A game last week with a lot of cash. And so that's now going, let's say if I'm working that game as the event manager, that's now going in my truck late on a Friday night, and it's not good business. It's really not good business from an accounting and an auditor's type standpoint. You know, it lends itself to some not so good things. So, and I encourage, when we were out there, Representative Day and I really encouraged them, like, listen, talk to your own state auditors. Like, they're gonna tell you, you know, and there's just no good.
Well, since we don't have any control over this, do we have to take action on it? It's not our policy, it's the state.
Well, we gotta prove the ticket prices.
The ticket prices, because you don't have a choice now, because they built, this is one of those unfunded mandates, you don't have a choice whether or not to accept cash. And so in order to accept cash and not have to charge the fee, you have to adjust the ticket prices, which is why we brought you it as quickly as we could. Because he's going to start as early as the end of November, starting to sell tickets.
I'm just trying to be obstinate.
No, I know that you are.
Yes, if you all vote,
Listen, I'm well prepared. I told Jason what you were going to be. We were prepared for exactly the comment you just made.
The unfortunate part is that the Republican whip has a lot of, that's what it was made, in the back door, and it was his baby. Which is a big.
I don't see the advantage to that.
What's that?
I don't see the advantage to that.
The advantage is, so I was out there and I challenged him, I was very successful, and it was a respectful conversation. At the end of the day, he was solid in his convictions. He even whipped out the denomination and said, what does it say right on there? Made me read it. If you read one of the notes, it says, must be accepted as a legal tender. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. You know, and what we offered him was it's what we do here. If somebody's really in a jam, like I'll use my credit card and take their, you know what I mean? You make it work. And like I said, we had it beat, and then I think we ticked them off even more and did it this way. So I don't think so. And it's statewide. It's tough.
With that, you don't have to go into detail, but I'm assuming that you've also had to spend time rewriting or writing policies and procedures on collecting cash and what, like, as you brought up, like Friday night, like if you're event manager, you have like a chain of steps and commands for auditing purposes.
They have to do a new report, you know, which previously Christie's office they have access to where we do this. They can print out reports as they wish. It's going to go back to, So it's a lot of manual work. Even something as simple as going to the bank. Like,
we actually just went cashless at the hospital, so I totally understand what
well, that was one of the frustrating things, because some of the, and not to belabor it, I'm just dabbling if you need to. The frustrating thing is that places like Iron Creek Stadium, places like Penn State, all cashless. They're places and have been built with taxpayer funding. You didn't want to hear it. They didn't go after that. I go to Bloom, I can't pay cash, which is fine by me. I don't have to carry it anymore anyway. You know what I mean? And they're all state-run organizations, but they're exempt from this. So I guess we're low hanging fruit. It is what it is.
Shelter, the only thing you didn't say was the loss of local control that I expected you to say. The only thing I was prepared for you to say that you didn't say.
Well, you already mentioned the
I got beat that point.
Jason, no Bitcoin or anything, you're not taking it? I would. I mean, it is what it is. Hey, you should do that. That's a good idea. Potatoes.
Yeah. So again, I really do believe if you approve this, this is really taking care of our loyal people who have been very supportive of us. You know, if they have a little bit of pre-planning, and it takes care of folks that are, they might not, yes.
So just a question though, if this wouldn't pass tonight, what would be in place?
I'd kind of be up a critic. I would assume, I have to talk to Jennifer and Christie about it, however, I would assume we operate as we are and run the risk of getting cited.
Yeah, because you'd only have, if you didn't approve it tonight, you'd only have your previously approved ticket prices that you previously approved.
And process. Technically.
And what?
And
And
process.
previous process.
Technically.
You violate school code.
Give the auditors something to look at. Nothing else for them to look at.
I also believe we probably stand a chance to actually raise our revenues. With this proposal.
People won't fall back.
Our people will exercise the option on the top, 100%. They'll purchase in advance. Visiting folks won't.
All right, well, with that, I'll entertain a motion in a second, please.
Motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
All right, thank you. Any more comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, next item, 6.03, the Act 3 Children's Theater.
Yes, Weisenberg's first and second grade are going to sales to see Tinkerbell, and then we paid out in student aid.
We discussed that at
Yes.
workshop meeting, so. There's no additional comments or questions on the motion to approve Tinkerbell. Thank you, Mr. Weisen.
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Huntsman. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no? Right. 6.04, agreement in lieu of fee.
Yes, this is the one that we discussed at a workshop meeting where it was for a digital academy situation.
Okay, thank you. Motion to approve. Thank you, Mr. Pellinger.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Eisner. All right, comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no? All right, thank you. Okay, moving along, reports.
There's no additions or changes to the reports that were
Okay,
done at the
thank you.
workshop.
You wish to receive those. So, you ready?
Motion.
Thank you, Dr. Huntsman.
I'm like waiting in case someone
Yeah,
else wants
yeah.
to turn, that's all.
There's even fewer of us tonight.
I know.
Second.
All right, Ms. Pellinger, thank you. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no? All right, reports received, thank you. And the last item in finance is the bills.
If anyone has any questions, there's nothing really.
Who's paying the bills?
Thank you.
Second.
All right, thank you. All those in favor, aye, to pay the bills?
Aye.
Opposed, no? All right, pay the bills. Okay, we'll move into other reports. First one is the enrollment report.
The enrollment report with the November numbers is on your board agenda. I will certainly take any questions if we have them.
Anybody?
Seven high school dropped in November, is that?
Some of them went to Digital Academy.
Okay.
So, I don't know that all of them did, but I know that we did see some of our high school,
When do they do that marking period wise? Are they doing that mid?
some of them are moving there. We actually just had a conversation about that, but some of them are moving there.
Okay, seeing no one else, foundation report.
I'll take that tonight for Mrs. Stitzel.
Okay.
So last night, Foundation held its annual donor appreciation event at Ridge View Winery. It was awesome. It was well attended. Mrs. Helfenfinger presented on the Frisbee golf project that she had in collaboration with the foundation, and Val and Amy highlighted the foundation's financial strength as well as all the accomplishments that they made for the year. So it was just a wonderful showcase on how strong our foundation is and how much they support us to enhance our students' programs here. So we thank you. And Dan, if there's anything else you'd like to add or from your side?
No, the only thing I would add, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it last night, but it is always good to see the alignment between the teachers' presentations tonight. That helps us when we are going for funds to be able to show $40,000 towards an artist in residence program, $180,000 towards athletics and activities, things that we're putting out there. It's good for the teachers, the administration, and the support system that we have to be aligned. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's it for foundation.
All right, thank you.
Troy, one correction I'll make, it's called disc golf, as a disc golf player, it's not frisbee golf.
All right. I apologize to you and Mrs. Heffelfinger for that error.
We'll make sure the minutes reflect that, right?
Yes, please, Stacy.
Thank you.
It's a contention in the world of disc golf.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, so the next item is 7.03, the committee reports as follows, and the first item is the intermediate unit.
Yeah, I missed the meeting on Monday, but in the agenda here is a video that the IU put together in regards to their kids, and so it's there for your viewing pleasure.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay, LCTI?
Just one, there's open house tomorrow evening at LCTI from, I think it's 6 to 8 or 6 to 9. That's it.
Thank you. And L-Tri-C, we do have the President's Desk newsletter attached. And Rec Commission, that's me. Not a whole lot to tell. We're in the season where fields are used a little bit less, so we're kind of quiet right now. So nothing new to report there. Okay, old business, there's nothing listed, but is there any old business? Seeing none. New business, we do have an item there, the board committees. I think most of them stay the same with the exception of Rec Commission. We have a new board member on there and no action needed, just information, so. Any new business that's not listed that someone would like to bring? All right, seeing none. Move into communications. First item is courtesy of the floor. This is the second opportunity that we extend to those that are here. If you'd like to address the board, just state your name and the township you live in and feel free. All right, thank you for coming tonight. 10.02, secretary. Is there anything tonight? Who's the secretary? Oh, is it? Oh, sorry.
All right, nothing.
Just so used to that it was John, I forgot that it was you. Nothing tonight.
Right?
My apologies. Oh, yeah, it even has your name there.
It's okay, Todd.
Sometimes these progressives like this, you know,
It happens
they
again.
still make everything blurry. All right, 10.03, administrative and building sharing.
As always, we'll start online and we'll start off with the high school and Mr. Gibler.
Good evening, members of the board, administrative team, and those joining in the boardroom. The high school recently held grade level assemblies to kick off AI at the high school with a panel discussion by our teachers. We do want to thank all our teachers and students that participated in the panel discussion. During the assemblies, students heard from teachers about the launch of AI and what it will look like at the high school. And then teachers heard from students from each grade level who asked questions of the panel to answer. Our teachers did a great job with this, and so did the students. So we're really happy with the implementation of AI, specifically Google Gemini at the high school. I do want to take a moment and just give everybody who participated a special shout out. First, our students, then Mr. Zane Bockert, our light and sound technician, and then Mrs. Shay Dorney, Linda Pace, Lissa Opolsky, Kevin Sunday, Paul Tomlin, Audrey Williams, who are panelists of teachers, and then finally Mrs. Kelly Rissell for her planning and execution of a wonderful event. Everyone really put something in their pocket and walked away from these assemblies ready to go for the launch of AI at the high school. I just want to also extend a happy Thanksgiving to everyone and enjoy the holiday.
Anything further from the high school, Mrs. Yadish?
No, I have nothing further this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Going to middle school with Miss Wall.
Good evening. Just two announcements. Our 8th grade had the opportunity to visit LCTI at the beginning of November, which is always a great experience for them. They come back excited, and it's a great opportunity to see LCTI and everything they have to offer. I can't believe I'm mentioning the month of December, but we do have a winter concert coming up December 15th. So we're excited about that. Just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the holiday. Thank you.
Mrs. Edmonds.
Good evening. Just one thing, our district is scheduled to work with PDE as our 6-year cyclical monitoring process is occurring this year. One of the required components of the monitoring involves gathering feedback from parents, students, and teachers, which is gathered from a standardized state survey. Our surveys are going to be distributed through email tomorrow to all 3 of those groups. We will track response rates closely, and we'll follow up with reminders as needed. Our ultimate goal is to ensure that we have a really strong participation and collect a high number of completed surveys by the middle of February. So hopefully we get a good return on those. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right, that brings us into elementary schools.
At the elementary schools, we're getting ready for our parent-teacher conferences. They will begin on Friday. We're looking forward to meeting with our families, sharing student progress, and continuing that partnership in the best interest of our students. And we also have a winter concert coming up on December 9th. Our 5th grade students, as well as all the band and chorus students, will be performing for our staff and students at 9:30 in the morning, and for our families at 1:30 in the afternoon. So we're looking forward to that. And happy Thanksgiving.
So as Mrs. Burlett mentioned, parent-teacher conferences start Friday. So teachers are busy preparing for those and are looking forward to sharing student progress and speaking with parents in the upcoming week. We have our 3rd grade career day this Friday, where our 3rd graders will get to participate in presentations from family members and parents. We are hopeful that this inspires them for future careers. Our 5th grade winter concert at Northwestern Elementary is Thursday, December 11th. The student and staff performance is in the morning, and then the parent performance is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in our Northwestern Elementary gym. We look forward to enjoying all of their musical performances during that concert. Thank you and happy Thanksgiving.
The auditors were here last Friday to do the single audit. They tested IDEA funding. Everything was fine. So another year has been completed once again. Happy Thanksgiving. Great job.
How long were they here? Just a day or two?
Half of a day.
Half of a day?
Yeah, they were just testing IDEA. It's really quick.
All right, Chief.
Well, all quiet in the police world, so that is a very good thing when we are saying it is quiet. But other than that, if everyone has a nice Thanksgiving, I have nothing further to add.
Yeah, I just want to take this opportunity to recognize and thank my staff on the operations and transportation side the last few weeks. They've been getting ready for winter weather. And that consists of testing equipment, strategically placing salt throughout the buildings, testing bus chains so we can get our kids to and from school safely. So I just wanted to give them thanks.
Incredible that our fall season is still going. Another very successful season for all of our programs. Another big one this Friday up in Berwick at 7 p.m. versus Scranton Prep in the state quarters. Winter sports, believe it or not, started last Friday. So we have a merge of 2 seasons at one time. Fall drama production of True Crimes Frankenstein, which I believe is written by a Penn State student, will be December 4th, 5th, and 6th at 7 p.m. in our high school auditorium. Our band and choral concert is slated for December 9th at 7. Jill, did I hear you correctly that yours is in the afternoon, right?
Our assembly.
Band, chorus?
Yes.
Okay, good. I heard that, I'm like, oh boy. So we're slated for December 9th at 7 o'clock. And it was very cool. We had a National Honor Society induction last Thursday. We inducted 61 new students, juniors and seniors, and very proud of them and their accomplishments. So, all I have.
All right, I'd like to give a reminder on behalf of Mrs. Stitzel that our curriculum council meeting is coming up, and I can't also believe it's December, but it's Tuesday, December 16th at 1 p.m. here at the boardroom. Up for review this year is K-5 math, art, FCS business, technology, financial literacy, and English as a second language. If you have an opportunity to join us, please do. My next big update is I got my CDL finally. It was a ridiculous journey. and it's given me an immense amount of appreciation for what it takes to actually get this thing. And believe me, I tried and was unsuccessful in the test and had some bumps along the way, but you know what? I passed and I'm very thankful, and we can now work with the elementary schools to do that positive behavior
They ask,
program.
like, every day.
Dr. S.
Please ask
driving
when
around.
Your S is going to drive. the bus.
Yeah, so it was a major accomplishment, milestone probably in my career, one that I'll reflect on greatly above most of the things that I've done, so.
It's a nice fallback.
What's that?
It's a nice fallback.
It's a retirement strategy.
Oh,
you know? Just go and I'll just be cranking on the bus. So no, I just wanted, I know you guys knew I was going after, wanted to share that, but that's it for me. And happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy it with your families.
Where are you taking us?
Well,
That's true.
hey, let's go road trip.
Board retreat, let's do
Yeah,
it.
you got a bus on the
Yeah, we
auction
have-
block.
We got new buses and I have the wrapped one.
I want the wrapped one if we're gonna.
Yeah, for sure.
We can auction, the auction is gonna be coming up.
Yeah.
You don't want to ride in them.
I mentioned the collective bargaining agreement, but I mentioned that it was certainly done ahead of the expiration, but certainly that just reinforces, the association and the board's commitment to our student and allows the board and certainly the teachers and the professionals in the organization to remain focused on our students and the mission of the district. And so certainly thank you to the board and thank you to the association for the collaborative conversation and the dialogue and the ongoing strong relationship that we have with them. And, we've done a number of consecutive, they call them early birds, we do them early in the early agreements. And so it certainly helps us manage our finances wisely, and that certainly serves our community well. So thank you for the approval tonight, and thank you to the association. So I know they will be listening. So thank you to both the association and the board for the approval of that.
Thank you. All right, I'll open up to the board. If any board member would like to share something tonight, feel free to jump in.
There's a Circle of Seasons board meeting tomorrow night that I was going to go to, but I have a conflict and I can't. So if anybody wants to attend that, I guess we're getting close to coming up for review now, but I can't make it.
Yeah, their information should be to us right before Christmas. So that was their deadline to get their documents to us right before the Christmas break. All the documents that we had asked for.
Available in December after we get that formula figured out for tuition.
That's for cyber.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cyber.
Cyber training.
Mr. Gibbler was talking about the AI. I just heard on today that the #1 country song is AI generated.
I did not hear that.
All right, anybody else? All right, yes, thank you, the board members, and the association on the early bird, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Okay, last item is the meeting announcements. A workshop meeting was held November 5th here in the boardroom at 7 p.m. That was followed by an exec session for personnel and legal matters. There is no workshop meeting in December. We will have a reorganization meeting December 3rd, 7 p.m. here in the boardroom. And we will have an exec session tonight following the board meeting for an update. With that, I'm entertaining a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Mr. Weiser. Thank you, Dr. Thompson.
That was just fun.
Oh, it's Ms. Cartwright, sorry.
Yeah, blame me.